I'm John Clay, sports columnist with the Lexington Herald-Leader. I'm here with my colleague Mark Story of the Herald-Leader. We've just witnessed the UK football spring game for 2016, the annual blue-white game, and we're going to talk about a couple of takeaways from the game. Mark, what some things that stick out in your mind after having just watched the game?
Well, two things. Number one, the weather was unbelievable. The weatherman came through in a big way. The other thing that I was a little surprised about was Mark Stoops, after the game, announced that Drew Barker was the starter, at least leaving spring practice. So I was a little surprised. Usually coaches, and usually Stoops, has held the quarterback position open, I think primarily just to make sure everybody works hard over the summer. That tells me he must trust Drew Barker and his maturity level, which I know was questioned at times, especially during his redshirt freshman year, that it's come a long way, and he thinks he can.
I thought Drew played well. I thought the backup quarterback, Stephen Johnson, the junior college transfer, I thought he did some good things. He wasn't the most accurate thrower, but he definitely showed that he's a threat with his legs. He had a lot of scrambles. They run a lot of zone reads, it looks like, in this offense. He did really well. He's a guy that I could see them using in packages along with Drew, complement Drew. They said he was pushing Drew during the middle part of the spring, but Drew kind of pulled away from him at the end of the spring. But I think we're going to see quite a bit of Stephen Johnson next season. Offense overall, I thought they ran the ball pretty well. Ryan Timmons had a long run for a touchdown. Jeff Badet had a long run for a touchdown. I know with Eddie Graham putting in a new offense that they were looking for those types of things. And what about on the defensive side?
Well, obviously Denzel Ware was incredibly active. He had 15 tackles. He had, I think 3 sacks, 10 solo tackles. They couldn't block him. Now, whether that was because he's a really, explosive player coming off the edge, or because Kentucky is struggling at offensive tackle, maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah, I think the offense ran the ball well, and I thought the second team offense there were times where they had their way with the first team defense, which to me would be a little concerning to Mark Stoops. Asked Stoops about it after the game. He said he wasn't that concerned because he thought most of them were perimeter runs, which they didn't really scheme for, and he was happy with what they did fundamentally. He also said that he was happy with the linebackers, but I think that's definitely going to be an area of concern going into fall camp because of the inexperience there.
Yeah, there's, it's pretty much a new crew other than Ware, who was a part-time player last year. You get the sense that Mark Stoops and the UK thinks they have a chance to be really good in the secondary, but if they're not good up front, you wonder whether the secondary gets a chance to show that.
Right. And he said he was giving them Sunday off, then it's back in the weight room on Monday. Obviously, it's a very important offseason with Mark Stoops going into his 4th year. I'm John Clay, sports columnist with the Lexington Herald-Leader with Mark Story of the Herald-Leader. Thanks again, Mark.
Sure.